Oh, today's a special day. Zaccaria FARFALLA.
Say that correctly, please.
Let me try it again.
Hip hop?
Farfalla.
No, it's FARFALLA. FARFALLA.
Farrah fell off. Farrah fell off.
All right, here we go. Ready? You know, today's a special day, and we're trying to figure out how to pronounce Zaccaria's FARFALLA.
Farfalla.
No, there's no A. Farfalla means butterfly in Italian. And that's coming. I have just a couple seconds.
Fragile.
We're going to show you this at the end of the film. But look, let me show you. Tammy, her album is on schedule. We're actually shooting a music video in 3 weeks. We got 30 people in that. I'm going to be singing in it.
Oh dear.
Oh, that'll
That's
ruin everything.
One of the songs. It's one of the songs. Well, we have an album naming contest. And one of our YouTubers, Joe George, there he is, he picked the winning album cover.
Sure it's not
He's getting
George
himself a
Joe?
$30 gift certificate.
Two?
It's a general one. I think it's to Target, but I'm not sure. But here's the title of Tammy's album. You'll Find Me on Main Street. It's perfect because she can't use Disney in it.
Oh,
She
you
can't
behind
use
the
a character
dumpster.
name in it.
What about Mickey?
So she can't say anything to do with that.
Oh.
But isn't that perfect, Rob? You'll find me on Main Street. And Joe, perfect. Great job. We're going to send this out to you today. And in a few minutes, after the end of the Farfalla, I got to share with you this wonderful thing that was sent to us. You're going to see it in a minute. Let's go right now
to Farrah Fawcett. Oh.
Are you ready for an amazing piece of equipment? Made by the Zaccaria Company.
Zaccaria.
They made games between 74 and 87. 38 different machines.
Videos too, right?
And they also made a bunch of video games. That's
Wasn't
correct,
the what
Frank.
was the game we just filmed the other day that had Zaccaria had their hands on it? What was the
It was Vanguard.
Vanguard?
I have a Quasar, a Zaccaria Quasar.
Zaccaria.
I will never sell. My wife will when I'm dead. But I will never sell it.
If you send me some money, I'll give you his address. You can break in his house
These
and
were
steal
made
it.
in Italy, or as in the Annie Warbuck show, Italy. But in Italy, by Mr. Zaccaria. The company went out of business in 87, but it was reformulated as Mr. Game. And they made 6 more games, but Mr. Game machines were still Zaccaria parts, but they put a television set in it. I squeezed in the word, Frank.
You're just so great.
A little 13-inch color TV at the top instead of the score displays. Really clever. Now, when we were getting these tons of pinball machines in from overseas, I am very sorry I didn't take some of the Mr. Games because there were a few, but they looked like they were missing parts. But the machines were coming in so fast, and I didn't take any. So, unfortunately, I couldn't show you any of those. They stopped making them completely in '89. But Technoplay is owned by the son of Mr. Zaccaria. So they're actually still in business, not producing arcade equipment. But isn't that nice? The Zaccaria has left an amazing mark on this world. Now let's first show you this cabinet. Here's a history. I sold this machine to a private home in 1986. It sat there this whole time. A little mini turbo also, but that was kind of beat up when they bought it. It was very cheap. But this, at the time, I think I charged $700. And it was an extraordinary condition to start. As a matter of fact, the only touch-up was on the back glass. It's the only kind of damage there was. Now, Mark in Canada is getting this beauty. And he asked us to do some extra flourishes. Not only do we have the super bright LEDs that you can clearly see, we also have additional flourishes Mark asked us to do. We've added a green strip back here, okay, to light the grass over here. We've added a yellow strip facing down because you couldn't see the playfield clearly enough. That's actually more orange. Isn't that nice? And we added a blue strip up here to highlight the butterflies. We got one new drop target. There are no more from Action Pinball. Bless his heart, he had 2 left. I bought both. They were 20 bucks each. We have one new one in here. That's this one. And I have the other one as an emergency spare. The one that came out of it we can actually fix because it's pop riveted to the back, so we can actually repair it. So I have those 2.
Which is not another strip down there.
Yeah, oh yes, another green strip here, under here to light the grass here evenly, and then a green strip at the bottom. We have clear flipper bands here on these clear flippers. Isn't that gorgeous?
Touch definitely sticks out on this machine.
Now, look over here. These letters were worn off, most of them. Steven took the targets out and carefully repainted them. Nobody on planet Earth sells these targets, so we have to make with what we do. And you know, these targets survived all these years, and you know what else is nice to know about this game is that it had so little use, so a lot of the targets didn't get the wear that they probably normally would have. Now look, Mark also requested Light-O-Matic buttons with color changers. I got my trademark in there, Frank. And he asked us to put our famous mirror blades on it. And we call them mirror blades. It's silver foil. You can buy enough to do 2 machines. Actually, you can get 2 thin strips or 1 machine for about 10 bucks. It's a nice cheap alternative, especially since if they don't make the mirror blade you want, it's cheap, but it looks good. I like the color. See how it reflects the colors back on each other rather than just a pattern that has no color reflection. Now, these are very unique, these posts. He was able to clean up almost every one. There were a couple that were smashed, and he hid them out of view and he put regular new posts in. This game is all color coordinated. Beautifully done too, I must add. All the lighting is added beautifully. I see we have a light out, Frank. I'll have to get that fixed before it goes out. But let's go over some of the most important parts. This insert here, okay, is covering the original. This is the butterfly. There was an Italian version, that's what they call it, where she is very scantily clothed. And that insert, I actually had 5 brand new ones. I rescued them out of the dumpster of Eastern Music when they were pitching them. They threw out all these parts. I mentioned that in another video. All these brand new parts were in a dumpster, including 5 of these. I sold them, I think, for 50 bucks a piece years ago. I'm sorry I did that now. But, do you see how this is all 3-dimensional? Nobody was doing that. Nobody. Just Zaccaria. Now look, this plain glass comes out first. Okay. Like so. I'll get one of these imbeciles to carry it away. You look like the perfect imbecile to put that someplace. Steven has touched it up in a couple of places. Now, do you see this? Frank, come in close.
Oh!
No!
Zaccaria Pinball.
Did you hear it? Zaccaria?
That's what I
I
pronounced
thought it was Zaccaria.
You thought wrong.
Zaccaria. Oh, gosh.
Zaccaria.
Mr. Zaccaria is not going to be happy. Pizzeria. Now look, do you see this? A neon tube. I've seen perhaps 15 or 20 Zaccaria machines. And I've never once seen one of these tubes out. That's pretty darn good long life out of a neon tube.
Good Italian quality.
And the ballast. Let me see if I can get this open.
So you smash it.
Till I smash it. There's the ballast that runs the neon. They've carefully protected the wires, the heavy-duty wires. Beautifully done. Look at these boards.
Very well-made machine.
Look at this. Now, Frank has installed his battery board up top. There was almost no battery leakage. We're so lucky. It's at the top and it would drip right down and ruin boards. I already wrote in here, switch 4 for test. See that bank of switches? When you switch 4 over, it goes into a test. So here's your logic. There's your program chips. The jumpers for what kind of ROMs you have. There's a space for a third ROM. This is your driver board, solenoids and light bulbs, okay? Connected by a ribbon cable. How clever. Clever. A ribbon cable. Gottlieb did that too. Instead of a whole bunch of nonsense little plugs and things and interconnects. There's your soundboard. Look at the size of that puppy. But look in the right corner. There's nothing there. They were ready to put more stuff on this game, weren't they?
We have a few other soundboards that have that section popular. I forget what games it was, though.
We did have a Devil Rider pass through.
Devil
here.
Rider, that's what it
We had a
was.
couple Devil Riders, and we had a one-time machine. Wonderful, extraordinary game. Oh gosh,
I love
wish
Time
had it.
Machine. I want one of them.
You know what? It's really sad. Now this is the weak link in this machine system, the power supply. But Frank has changed almost every part on there.
Well,
The fuse clips to start.
wait. So,
Go ahead. Tell us.
when we first set this up in the showroom, I had no sound.
No sound. That's right.
So, where else on planet Earth would I be able to walk up a flight of steps and bring down a half a dozen soundboards for Zaccaria? Nowhere.
Only a TNT.
So the problem ended up being this fuse clip right here for the -5 volts. It wasn't getting -5. That's why I had no sound.
So in other words,
And
Frank,
this connector was burned.
if you're having problems,
Check the fuse clips.
fuse clips, that's the weak link in this game along with the rest of the things in the power supply. And see that connector? That's a brand new one. Frank has changed it because the 2 end pins were always burned,
And I
even back then, Frank.
And I put new pins on.
Right, these are the Triuricon ones that grip it 3 ways.
Well, the pins at the board.
Oh, the connector. too, on the
Connector.
board.
Yeah, I just changed everything. This really isn't as exotic as it looks. This high voltage section is almost identical to the Bally, so it just uses a different regulator, but it's the same, basically the same thing.
Now look, instead of one relay, there's 2 separate relays, one for each side of the flippers, okay? The pins have a pin connector. I can't reach it from here, Franklin. Did you just zap so? Yeah. See, you know what he did? Is this is a chassis.
Do it again. It might be
Well,
stolen.
you
those
can't
tubes
do it
today.
again. There's nothing left.
Sometimes there is.
If the flyback blows on these, this is just when the flyback goes bad. When that goes bad, this is the weak
Use your
link.
own screwdriver.
For 40 lousy years, it's finally gone bad. You have to short this cap out. Nope.
We'll just add some punch in it.
Yes. This. Pow.
You know what? Can we plug that chassis and have Todd discharge it with his tongue?
Can
I'd love
we-
to see that.
I didn't put the. I could have put the. Wait a minute. Here, let me try this again.
Say, look when you're putting
Do it on
pizza in
this
your
one here.
face.
Do it in this one here.
Okay.
Tough guy. Stargate's coming along, but it's still horrible.
All right, come on.
let's get
Let's
back.
go. I want to get eat.
All right, let's.
Starving.
Frank is
I'm almost under 450 pounds here.
And look, I wanted to show you these connectors. Look, this is what they did. They put this guide pin in, so you couldn't screw up unless you were drunk.
Or Todd Tuckey.
Isn't that nice? Now, I want to show you something else. Look, spelled wrong. Well, here we have the Italian version, and here we have this. How to adjust maximum volume. But look, they call it a speak volume, which of course they mean speech. I'm going to forgive them, because believe it or not, that's probably the only mistake on this game. It is so
I know, but
beautiful.
you touch it.
Now, you see the displays.
That was mean.
Frank's just born mean. They're all 7-digit units, but here's what it makes them unique. Look right here. Do you see these jumpers? You have to move them for whatever player you're putting them in. So the credit display is here.
You
See?
can't just swing them around.
Right.
Like you can on other games.
If you do, it won't work.
They work, it just won't display the right information for the right player.
So the game sends the info here. Once again, our wonderful ribbon cable down here. They were so advanced. Gosh. Oh, Frank, I've got a special treat. I am going to share with you. Jason did this machine. I love my Jason. He comes back and he works here a number of days a week. Jason came in, he started working on this at 6 in the morning. He's a morning man. And I said, please take some video when you repopulate this with LEDs. So let's show you the footage he shot.
All right, here we are, 6 o'clock in the morning. Heater running because it's freezing outside. I'm going to attempt to take the neon so that way I can get behind and change the bulbs. Now, it looks like the neon is held in here, here, and also right here. That's what we're hoping for. So I put a blanket down so I can rest the neon without breaking it, hopefully. So I successfully removed the neon without breaking it, at least for now. So, to get the glass off, you have Phillips screws around the perimeter to take the glass off. This is what it looks like before I add LED lighting to it. Neon, back plastic mylar, successfully removed for the moment. And there's all the bulbs that are going to be changed. There you go. That is the color scheme that I decided to go with. And yes, I know the one bulb's out, but I can't do anything about it because I can't get back there. So I'm going to have to put everything back together and then pull it from the back. Your oranges, your pinks, your greens, warm white, 3 warm white, and then at the top 2 color changers. And there you have it. That is the glass, obviously without the neon. Looks a lot brighter. And there you go. Successful dismantlement and reinstallment of LEDs and neon bar with 0 breaking.
See? No damage. These come off. They're the screws he took out. Here.
You gotta have pretty big grapes to take that thing off, or I wouldn't want to touch it.
Be careful.
It's 40, it's 35 years old. This thing is, wait until you see
These are very well made
how
machines.
great this game is.
All right, come on.
Well, Frank, I'm trying to
You
embellish
can drool
on the
over it
greatness
after the
of this
video's
thing.
over. Come on.
It's so great. Now,
Great.
now listen.
They probably
These
learned
drop
how to be
target
great by
banks.
watching you.
I already explained to you this upper drop target bank. Cleverly, and very cleverly, we filmed some footage of that very bank. Here we go.
Just be careful, it's not...
Now look, as you can see, it's a double stack. It does not use these lower targets, but the lower drop target bank here has this row, and attached are these, and then our butterflies are on the top. So you don't actually see these targets, but it's actually pretty neat, a dual purpose target bank. And this is the brand new one. That's the old one that broke off. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to keep it, and we're going to pop rivet this back on. So we're going to keep that one. But because nobody will see this one, it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Neat constructions. You can see there's 2 more 4 drop target banks and a 3 drop target bank. Look at the flipper construction here. Now, this game actually has 6 flippers in it. These are the 2 for the upper play field. The 2 instant, these are only clicked 1 time. That's, as you'll see, and then the main flippers. The main flipper and the stroke switches are heavily worn, so we're going to be cleaning them all up and getting them done. Very simple layout. Now, also, look at the rollovers. See, instead of having the wire in there, it's a piece of plastic that goes through the play field that pushes the rollovers down. There's one that's a little clearer. You can actually see. I can't get my fat fingers in it. It's Jason. There it is, see? No response from the fat person angle, right, Jason?
Nope.
Now, here's where Jason drilled the holes to add the extra parts. Oh, and he actually added these plugs.
Yeah, just
So the customer can unplug it.
look at how they have the tension. Rather than a spring attached here, like the Bally and the Williams and all, it goes through the target. So I actually had to drill the hole, and then they get rid of these. So I clipped ours.
So the lower one is a little different. Okay. So you drilled a hole here
Yep.
for the new target. Okay. Neat stuff. Ah, look at that. And I'm going to show you something. Yeah. That's such a great game. Oh!
Smashing everything.
See this? The transformer. No, I'm not taking it apart because cleverly I did. Here's the transformer on the inside. So you can see this big, frigging ass, hefty
The
transformer.
transformer on a telephone pole isn't this big for the power company.
These people really went all out. This is
Speakers
the
box
speaker,
in.
yes, to give you more bass. They thought of everything. Now, I want to show you something. This, we put the buttons in. I'm going to give Mark, these are the original buttons. Look at the size of that pal nut. So, Mark, we're going to put
Bigger
these
than
in
a lug
here.
nut on your big truck outside.
Here's one tilt.
Laugh.
Oh, well. Tilt bob, your knocker coil.
Unless people watching the video have no idea what
Now
those
look
things
under
are.
here. We had to change this fuse block. It was actually crusty. So if you have a
your jokes?
Zaccaria, change that. Okay.
Is that a slingshot coil? Is that a flipper? Is that another flipper? Is that a target bank? Is that a wire?
Look at how nice this is. How beautifully laid out.
I think you should
This
have gotten
is-
an extra $5,000 for this game.
This is an Italian masterpiece. These people knew how to make machines. Gosh, isn't it beautiful? Now, see, I have a video called Understanding Pinball. Remember my video series? Back in 1989, I had one of these unshop with the regular ugly light bulbs in it. And I made this video. It's right here. Now, you can watch that. It's going to show you every secret about the game. They packed this thing with stuff. They went all out. See these lights here? These light up when you get extra balls. You can get as many as 3. This game has a game time bonus.
For the last
It counts
ball, right?
down for the last ball. You can get up to 99 extra seconds of play.
It's a
This
very
has,
well-made, flat-out machine.
gosh, look at this. These are react, they call them react flippers. They work once. When the react light's lit, when you roll down here, the next time you hit the flipper button, it'll hit it. You don't have to hit it right when it hits the switch. You can wait your good old time, but as soon as the ball gets here, if you don't hit it, you'll lose it. Right down the toilet.
This is like the Lamborghini of pinball machines.
The games are color coded, okay? Our blue targets, every time you get them down, they'll go here. Your orange here, once we get that bulb change. We'll knock these down, and your red up here. Now, your yellow targets, when you get all of these down, the lights are special. Did you see that? It doesn't
Need a lock.
You need a lock?
First turn the game on.
I'm sitting there with those crates. What the hell is this thing?
They said you wanted a lock. Bye.
You know, sometimes people have no lives.
Like this guy.
You don't love me anymore. People, how many thumbs down is this video going to get?
As soon as I
Frank?
get home, I'm going to add 10 more to it.
Ah, look, did it qualify for that sticker? It
God, you just
sure
ruined the game.
did.
You got to pay Mark to take the game with that sticker.
I stuck that on this time with crazy glue. He's not going to get that off. The heck with him. Anyway, all right, let's get finished. I know you're excited that you want. We're going to definitely do some gameplay here. Now, when this light's lit and that light's lit, it'll lift this ramp, okay? Or I mean, it'll drop the ramp. I'm sorry, drop the ramp. So you can access up here. When you roll through this switch here, it moves this little switch a little bit, and it turns on the upper flippers. And that's when you get these down. If you get them all down, it lights that one. As soon as you roll through here and hit a switch, it turns off these flippers and the regular flippers kick back on. Very clever design. I mean, just overwhelming. Oh, we put a fire. I meant to show you. He has a fire LED there. They're from Comet Pinball. We buy our LEDs from Comet, Lights Out, and Pinball Life. We get tons of mixtures. We don't know the layout. They play around to get the right lights. Sometimes there's some matrixing when this game is a little bit, but there's not much at all. It's certainly not to deflect from gameplay. Now look, he put different colors originally. These were ugly, just white. Isn't that nice? Alternated the colors so nice. Gosh, it's beautiful. Well, let's see what we can do. Okay, our first shot, our move ramp light, and our move ramp light's lit there. Bang it up here. Now, we want to spell love. Now, these alternate, and this is settable. I'm going to show you that soon. So that'll spot a letter in love, okay? I want to show you the react. Now watch, I roll through here. Now watch, it's waiting. No,
You want the glass off your screen.
oh, Frank. Now I can reactivate these lights simply by getting any set of drop targets there. Let's start with the orange. Or the yellow. Oh, I guess that's the first one, isn't it? There we go. We have to actually get these turned on. Here's our blue. Here's our red up here. Come on up here. Come on. I keep forgetting the orange. These are orange here. These are just here. There's our special. Look, this one just lit up. Okay? So that's our special. There's no advance here. That was my mistake, Frank. I don't play this enough. I only played it the first time. Now look, I go up my ramp, up Mr. Ramp. Do you hear that noise? Turned on the upper flipper. Turned off these. Now watch. Yes. She's screaming special. And look at that. Go down here. Now see, my flippers are still working until I hit something. Then the relay flips them back and they're off again. Let's see if I can do the react right this time, Frank. Ow! Stupid game. Piece of crap. Mr. Zaccaria, we love your game. We love your game. Here, now let's try again. Do this. Ah, I did it, Frank.
You shook the shit out of the machine too.
Tilt.
We have the tilt set low. Now let's see when we get these down here. See, I'm advancing these here. When you get these all advanced, you qualify for the multi-special. Now these are all settable, beautifully settable. Let's get these down here. See, the switches are still active up here. That should be on, but the bulb is out, Frank. Who chopped this thing anyway?
Jason.
That creep. Okay. Now look, here, I wanted to show you this. Isn't this lane neat? Now look, our special bonus is there. Now, if I go through it like this, okay, then I collect that whole bonus and then it resets, see? And then my ramps are lit again, okay? Isn't that nice? Now once again, your love, every time you finish these here, okay, you advance your bonuses, your multipliers, and your react lights too, are also crap. There we go, good. I'm not that bad, am I, Frank?
You're worse.
Frank, what lights the top bumpers? Gosh, I don't remember. I'm sure I should have watched the understanding video. Isn't this nice?
Now people can watch that.
All right, listen, we're going to finish this game up. You can set it's just like a regular modern game. This game has default settings and also automatic random high score settings. And we actually have a lot of balls. So what I'm going to do is I want to get this. I want to get this through because I want you to see.
Not only, baby.
See now, okay. This is it. See, it's counting down. I meant to get more points. Now watch. You play as long as that thing is scoring, but as soon as it, bye, the fun is over. Nope, game goes dead. In our match. Now. Should we play with her again?
It's the only time a woman will ever say that to you.
Oh, Frank! All right, listen. I want to show you one more thing. Yeah, let me show you one more thing.
Let me get the zoom lens out.
Okay, now I want to show you. By the way, Mark is getting. These are all inside it. Tons and tons of programming, but it is clear. I wanted to show you some of the really great tests on this. And then Oh, there's also a troubleshooting chart. And you know what? There's a lot of information available. Dave, I'm going to put his link. He loves Zaccaria machines. And I'm going to put Zaccaria. God, I've been calling it Zaccaria over here. Anyway, Dave loves this brand. And his website is here. And it's going to be in the show notes, the description box, okay? Okay? Because I'm sure he'll answer you a lot of questions. We got to get these games out because this game, this company deserves to be shown. Now watch, you flip this switch over. It's making that noise on purpose because it's trying to tell you the switch is in the wrong position. Isn't that clever? It's like a little alarm. Now, this is the switch that lets you go into the program so you don't have that annoying sound. Your first test, let me just slide this in. There we go. Now, first test, it's off the Xerox here, the copy, but that's your number test. The second test is your switch test. Switch 26 and 27 on, knock them down, darn it. But these here you'd want to, so this will show you your numbers. All the numbers are listed in the other papers, so you can easily figure out what switch is sticking. As a matter of fact, when we finished it, one of the drop target switches were sticking, and we were able to figure out. Here's your light test. Okay, cleverly testing all the lighting. Your coil test. Ooh, a fast one. That puppy goes right through all those babies. Okay, now this is your sound test. And now you're in your programming. Now the programming is really elaborate. So 06 is the duration of the game. Player 1 is the time of the pin table operation in minutes. Pin table, I love it. Everybody says, what's a pin table? And I say, well,
Yeah, that's my question.
a pin table is the old 30s and 40s machines that had pins in the table. Okay, player 2
Before
is
my
game
time.
time in minutes. Player 3 is how many times you tilted it. The average game duration expressed in minutes. And then the takings. I love that. How much money went through the machine? Takings. Coins in 1, 2, 3, and your service games. That'll actually count how many service credits. So 8 is your wins. We got 1 win, as you already know, which lights up there. Actually, Lance, would you get me that glass? And I want to put it back in
He probably put it right there.
because I want the people to see that. And all these different settings here. You can set so many. You can make a zillion operation changes, just like any good machine in the day. I actually think there's extra settings here, Frank. I really do. Now, when you're done, it goes through, I think, about 50. Oh, you have alternate, you have random high score.
You got it. I break it.
Imbecile. I mean, what a lovely child.
He's a FedEx guy. All he does is the deliveries.
Yeah, he was going to treat my glass like a FedEx delivery.
He was going
I
to throw
look.
it across the room.
Same player shoots again. Oh, you know what? I set the game up not for extra ball, but or not for extra free games, but same player. So you get 3 different. I'm a horrible person, aren't I, young?
Oh,
man?
you are.
You were just doing that to upset me. Let's see what these light up as, Kurt.
Let's.
Oh. Nope, that's not it. There it is. Super bonus. Your tilt. Now your game time bonus, when it's up, tilt right here. I pointed here. I pointed here.
Right here.
Look, see, ball 1, 2, 3, and 4. Player 4 is up.
You creep!
It's right there.
I'm
See, here's how I
excited.
scored a date.
People know I like this company. I like this game. Now look, I scored it. See, now look, I wanted to explain the game time bonus. It's up on the 3rd ball. It's growing, and
Ew.
then when the ball drains, then it switches to down and it counts down. Always have your minds in the gutter. And once again, if I'm done, I turn it off and on again, and it's ready for play.
No, it's not.
It's waiting. How many times would you walk away and forget to take it out of test?
You? Probably 50 times.
Sounds like you hit the
See, it's flashing too. Look at that. They programmed that to flash.
That's like so great.
Oh my god.
Let's program a light bulb to flash.
Awesome.
No. The computer, they actually sat there and says, let's also make it, in case the guy had the volume down, the tilt thing would be flashing rapidly. That
Or the guy
would
can't
still
hear.
ignore
This-
it.
Yeah.
What's
This
that
is-
noise? Shut
this
that
is
thing
so
off.
clever.
And then walk away chewing his hand off
Well,
into
that's
the
why I
office.
wrote switch 4 for test here.
You're just so great.
No,
Did you take your great pills today?
these people don't appreciate. I take them every day, Lance. And you take your stupid, you're just a lovely child. Only a mother would love. Anyway,
That's even debatable. His mother hated him.
well, my wife hates me, so.
Everybody in the building hates
Anyway, there's one last thing I want to show you. It's on the back. Can you roll the machine around? He made a point. He said, please sign it. Okay, so most of us sign it. No, you didn't sign it because you had nothing to do with this machine.
you. He delivered the glass.
My Jason, look, the one and only
Yeah, I bought you
Jason.
glass.
And look. Oh gosh, there's the price sticker. It was $600 then. That's how much I. It was only $600 when she bought this.
Mark would give you 600.
Yeah, I remember those back in the day.
Yeah, that's wow.
It was still on here.
Grief. Oh, look. Let's look at the serial number.
600.
There's no production number of how many, but we think they made 3,000 or 4,000 of these. 1, 2, 6.31. I don't know.
And bologna is Italy. It's not your lunch, bologna. Or you're full of bologna.
I think it's Bologna, you ass.
Okay, ass.
Listen, he also said, what video is it in? There it is, video
That's the video, it's right
1340.
there.
Did I point
What's your
with the
name,
wrong
Frank?
finger again? Frank. Oh my.
I don't put my legal signature on there. You just get a little scribble. You're
So
lucky to
much
get
stuff
that.
going out. There's an original centipede. It's going to be like new.
Oh, it's on a repro? Look at for a new
Actually,
one.
got these all 4 ready to go. We're going to do 4 Konami games in a row, all at the same day. We're going to knock them all out.
You're definitely
And
gonna wanna
gonna
tune
do
in
it.
for that.
And look what we're working on. This is a rebuild of a very ugly black hole.
Oh.
But not for long. Look,
Okay,
we
I
got,
thought you would've
we're
been putting
putting in
the
the
camera
new
in, yeah.
strips.
Is that brand new?
No, it's been polished.
That's crazy.
It looks
It's
nice.
totally insane.
When we're done, Jason's
Nice.
doing this too.
See you, bye.
I've been able to get Jason back here.
Good riddance.
Here.
Here's the door.
Get out. Lastly, the cash pan. Oh gosh, I almost forgot. Look at the size of this thing. Now this is a cash pan.
That's $1,000
They were
cash pan.
expecting this game to take in boatloads of money. Oh, you know what? We'll do a little paint job on this before we get to Mark. Okay. Need to do a little on the
It's
inside.
also your lunchbox, wasn't it?
I could put a lot of sandwiches in there.
Still wouldn't be enough.
Well, folks,
Careful.
here it is. An amazing piece of equipment, isn't it?
Food sometime? Ah!
We're very proud of how this turned out, and we're hoping you will want a Zaccaria Farfalla.
What does farfalla mean in Italian?
I mentioned it earlier. It means butterfly.
You didn't mention it.
I did. And now we're going to cut back up front with Brother Rob and that neat present we got. Wasn't that a beautiful game, Rob?
Oh, sure. Farfalla.
Farrah Fawcett.
Zaccaria Pinball.
To Todd Tuckey and all staff, enjoying the videos as always. I've been meaning to get somebody to you guys, and this is the perfect opportunity. After I saw your latest Raven Pinball video, I knew I had to show you my custom translite I created. Here it is, free of charge. But I'm sure he will be happy to sell you one. Look at that. Isn't that going to look nice, Rob? Hold it up to the light. Won't that look nice?
Much better than
In
the
your
original.
Raven? Oh, yeah. Look at the detail on our helmet. Yeah, that's really nice. Did a nice job on that, Chaz. Well, and I'll have the link in the show notes too. Keep up the good works. Really only had a few channels I enjoy watching during work. He watches us during work.
Can't get much work done then.
You're fired! And you guys are always on the list. Love what you're all doing, and not only keeping the arcade life going, but documenting it online for us in the hobby and beyond to see. Keep up the great work. Hope you like it. Adios, pal. Chaz's Arcade. Hope to get out to you someday to check out the place, do a video, all the way from Dallas. Anywho, now get out. And look, looks like Sean signed it, and Chaz. Chip. It looks like Chip. And look what these guys did for me. They have created a montage, and it's on this nice heavy foam board of all my greatest scenes. Look, Kendra Wilkinson, Daddy Pops. There's one of our Daddy Pops videos. There's me. Robbie, look. Remember when the fella made that picture of me?
Waka waka.
This is from one of the original infomercials where I turn off all the machines. And that's where we throw Mario Andretti off the roof. People didn't like that. This is before my poor game room was decimated. My Big Bang Bar, my home use only funhouse. I still have the class of 81. I have my jukebox. Look, this is the whole gang. Now, if you look carefully at this picture, we did this at Christmas. These three guys weren't here, and I green screened them in. We knew they weren't going to be here on the last day, on Christmas Eve. So I green screened them in, and there's Kurt. He was still in bed. So we took a picture of him. You got to watch these videos. There's our Rolodex files. Robbie, look at them all.
You need more?
13,000, over 13,000 customers. Look, 10,000. But guess what, Rob? We hit 20,000 subscribers. I just wish all 20,000 would watch each video once. There's my hourglass from the old show. There's me dancing.
That's what
Robbie?
that earthquake I felt.
That's from the 2002 infomercial.
Yeah, it was a great quake of 02.
The great quake of 02. There's my beautiful
They're
wife.
still filling the cracks in.
Look, and look, here's my
You have
beautiful...
to re-engineer buildings a lot stronger
Look,
for that, huh?
Look, she knew I was going to give her the
Epoxy.
fingers. See, look, she was ready.
We just had to get some
Well, you've done
bonding.
it 4 billion times. How could you not see that coming? Same
Look.
jokes.
Somebody sent me this card. My face every time my boss reminds me that he's an alien. See, look. The alien look.
That's when you had 6 Pams. You got
Yeah,
rid of the other
do you
5.
remember that episode? The black belt video. Look at this. Got all 6 screaming at me. You can see the look on my face.
Well, is the game done? Is it done? Is it done? Is this game done right now? Is it done yet? Really?
And it
Face.
hasn't stopped.
Oh, it hasn't stopped. And look, the King of Arcades, my 6 minutes of fame. But I'm, on the Blu-ray, I have more footage. That's right. And so we're going to hang this up on the wall. We already have a place picked out. And look, the final thing. That's the end scene where my beautiful wife sticks her face in and screams, "Are you still here?" Robbie, they love me.
Where's the
That
check?
was very nice, Chaz. Appreciate that. And we will have a lot of fun with it.
There's no coffee.
And no coffee.
I don't see any coffee.
He went to a big expense here. That was very kind of you. And if you come up, we'll give him the 50-cent tour.
Yes.
We'll
But
charge him
I hear the
$100.
end music. Robbie, we have to go because I only have 30 seconds. Good night.
Bye.